and about like how much they would miss their profession, before they got married. And also there's the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, D.C., where you have the wives of the diplomat families from all over the world gather up, like in a monthly session.
Oh, really?
Like in these wine parties, which is for good causes, to like bring out charities.
Sure. Support charities.
Right. And if you remember, like even like I think it was back in the earlier '80s when we had We Are the World project going on to help the needs in Ethiopia, and I think our diplomat wives were also trying to do their part as well. For example, and most of these wives would be musicians or fine artists from their back home, and
so they would perform.
Right, and have discussions about different cultures, share foods, I guess, which is a good thing. And I think my mother was like one of the representing wives for those causes, and she would go to these parties really often.
So is that who started teaching you guitar at the age of 4?
Well, it was more like just playing and watching, just like you and I sitting in front of each other right now. My mother would hold her guitar after, dinner before she went to bed, almost every night, and just play a song or two. And I would just sit in front of her, just see what she does. And I was like, after repeatedly seeing what she's doing, hey, I think I can play one of those songs. It was the first song probably all Koreans start playing with the classical guitar when they use the arpeggios. I think you would know too.
Arirang.
Oh, well, yes, Arirang is one of those pieces.
Okay, then what else?
The Romance, which is, well, it's a basic arpeggio segment. I think we would all know.
Okay.
And I think it was a song that you could actually start off with one finger. So she would try to explain to me, hey, you can play this. And I still remember at the first time when I was trying to play.
Guitar's huge.
Yes, it was, as huge as me. So I would be playing the guitar more like this, I think.
Yeah.
So it was really weird. But I had a lot of fun.
And did they finally buy you a smaller guitar for your size, or?
No.
Actually, learned how to play on a full-size guitar as a little kid, huh?
Yes. I've never had a kid guitar, and I mean, obviously in the States, like all houses have guitars. And my best friend and my younger sister's best friend's house, they all had electric guitars in the house. So we would just go over, and I think I was responsible for breaking the strings a lot in their houses, but they would never complain, and they would just have string repairs, so I could practice on, and I feel like I've played their guitars more than they had, and I think they enjoyed it though.
So how many hours a day? Let's say you're moving on, you're 6, 7, 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
How many hours a day were you playing the guitar back then?
I think the only thing in my life when I was in kindergarten was be in kindergarten, play Little League football.
Football?
I think it was
Baseball
soccer.
Or football?
No,
soccer.
It was soccer before.
Oh, you're playing soccer.
Right.
Okay.
In kindergarten, we were playing soccer.
Yeah. Which is called football in most of the world, but soccer in America. Okay.
Exactly. Just try to divide the confusion.
Right.
And and just play the guitar. That's all I did, I think. And later on, I gave up soccer and went up to football in elementary.
But real...
American football.
American football.
Right.
American style football.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. So, And one of the reasons why was, I'm being really honest. Well, I wanted to fit in.
Sure.
I mean, I was the only Oriental kid in the neighborhood.
Right.
I mean, that's what I really wanted. So I guess just looking at the kids in the neighborhood, especially the girls, I think they were really fond of guys who was really athletic.
Yep.
And who could actually play the guitar? Well, does this explain things to you?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Really?
You're a
Do you
young
agree?
kid like that, yeah. The popular guys are the ones who are out there playing some of the sports, and talented guitar players.
Right.
Are also
Well,
very yeah.
I'm really glad I'm finding somebody who would actually understand my position because recently I've got a lot of 악플, which is bad comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think about 1,000 for having mentioned this on the media.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Why?
Because you know,
Because you're supposed
being
to only
honest
want to study.
and like play the guitar, but play the guitar for a different purpose.
Ah.
Not for girls.
You have the wrong reason for wanting to study the guitar.
But well, I still remember back in the earlier 80s, obviously, I think you would remember this.
I remember the early 80s well, yeah.
Right. On Entertainment Tonight, I think Neil Sean was on an interview from Journey. The guitar player from Journey was in an interview and had this question, why do you play the guitar? And why did you choose the guitar? And what he said was, because it's the sexiest instrument on stage. And as a kid in elementary, hey, bingo. That's what I should do.
Really?
And honestly, yes, the reason why I first started off playing the electric guitar was because of checking out the Jimi Hendrix performance from the 1969 Woodstock Music Festival.
Yes.
And another reason why I really practiced hard was from that comment by Neil Sean. And I'm being really honest.
Well, everybody has multiple motivations for almost everything.
Yes.
So
exactly.
I'm sure a big motivator for many kids who study is they want a beautiful wife later on, and in Korea you got to graduate from the right school, you got to study hard. That's how you get a beautiful wife, right? And you succeed, right? It goes for anything. You don't study necessarily but you learn to enjoy studying just like you learn to love playing the guitar.
Yeah, well,
obviously.
Yes, and of course studying.
Yeah.
I would skip my homework at all.
Right.
It's just, yes, guitar was a true, just natural passion that I had to do.
So how many hours a day would you say you were doing?
Well, back then I think it was about 6 hours. 6 hours probably.
6, 8 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
In the elementary days.
Yeah. The reason I'm going into this, I read a book recently called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and he said becoming an expert in anything that substantial, be it language or guitar or mathematics or computer,